The headlines: Bajans into the semifinals of the 110 meters hurdles at the World Championships. An eighth man is charged in the Bush Hall murder of primary school teacher. And the humble cassava has become a favorite crop for thieves. Welcome to Nation News for Wednesday, August the 25th, 2015. Barbadians have probably felt like distant spectators at the World Track and Field Championships now on in Beijing. Well, the men's 110 meters hurdles is probably the best chance of showing that we belong at the world-class level. Shane Brathwaite, the Commonwealth bronze medalist, and Greg Swift have given us some hope of at least reaching the final in the event won by Ryan Brathwaite 6 years ago. They advanced to the semi-finals, with Shane Brathwaite shining in winning a somewhat chaotic heat. He reflects on his performance in this IAAF interview.
Like I said, it's about execution. You know, once I execute my race, I do it in practice every day. Once I execute, the results will come. So I think that's what I did. I did a pretty good job of it.
How will you prepare for the semifinals now?
Oh, the semifinals, like I said, execution and just run fast and just try to dip for first and second because it's top two in the semifinals.
Are you happy with your performance?
Yeah, I'm happy with my first round performance. This is my fastest first round ever, so that's pretty good for me.
Brathwaite won his heat in 13.28 seconds, while Swift finished fourth in his heat in 13.41. Brathwaite will run from lane 7 in the first semi-final, while Swift will be in the lane 8 in the second semi-final. The semi-finals are scheduled to run off on Thursday morning just after 7 o'clock our time. Roberts Manufacturing says it is losing sales as a result of cheaper imports from non-CARICOM sources. Jason Sombrano, the managing director of the margarine and cooking oil maker, has told journalists that the company may have to lobby government to deal with the issue at a regional level. In any case, there to hear the comments was the business minister, Donville Innes, who was touring the company's Lower Estate plant.
Their cost on the shelf is actually below our landed costs to the island. So we have products, markets like Dominica, where we were selling a lot of oil, and overnight we went from selling a lot of oil to none. And these are the challenges that we would have to get, assistance from government in terms of lobbying, quoted and so forth, in terms of making sure that these products coming from these areas pay the requisite duties that are required to make sure that it's a level playing field. I mean, I don't think we're asking for any favors or any favoritism. We just want to compete on a level playing field and compete on the quality of the products, because that's what we're synonymous for, the quality of our products. When we go out into the markets, a lot of people say, we love the quality of product, but at some point, given the economic conditions that exist, we may need to make a choice between quality and price. And I don't think that sometimes should be the case. So I think is obviously lobbying the other governments within the CARICOM region, making sure that our goods are treated fairly.
Mr. Innes said the dynamics of world trade have changed and Barbados can't simply block products from entering the country. However, he said some measures can be implemented to protect companies like Roberts.
Certainly we have to use more persuasion, and we have to ensure that competing products entering our space come in a manner that helps to ensure there's a level playing field. In other words, that we're not receiving goods that are being dumped into our marketplace. We are not compromising on the quality of the products that are being imported. That's why our standards setting and adherence are very critical as well, and that the appropriate or correct tariff headings and resultant tariff rates are applied to the products coming into the market.
The eighth man to be charged with the murder of teacher Dwight Holder was remanded to prison until September the 11th after his first appearance in the District A Magistrates Court. 23-year-old Rio Janani Ben of Upper Dukes Alley, Vine Street in the city, surrendered to police after a wanted notice was issued in the wake of the August 6th shooting death of Mr. Holder in Bush Hall. In addition to murder, Rio Ben faces additional charges of serious bodily harm and using a firearm without a license. Those smart meters now being installed by the Water Authority are supposed to give you more control over your water use. But they also offer the authority the opportunity to minimize leakage. The meters, we are told, will be able to locate leaks and repair them faster than before. About a quarter of the 100,000 old residential meters have already been replaced, along with 4,000 at commercial outlets. The project managers are promising a more reliable service, a more efficient billing system, and accurate measurement of water use. The Water Minister, David Eswick, thanked Canada for facilitating the project's funding.
It is these types of projects that really represent the outcome and the value of that type of function of cooperation between sovereign states, especially when you are a developing country, that the Minister of Finance has outlined the type of challenges that we would have had in relation to accessing financing for development. So this, for me, is a significant milestone, because the relationship between the government of Canada and the government of Barbados is now manifesting itself in ways that we can point to significant development.
The new school year is just days away, but will teachers turn up at Foundation School, where industrial strife appears to be brewing? Planning week for teachers is due to start on Tuesday, followed by the official start of the new term a week or so later. But at Foundation, there are environmental issues with the music and book rooms, which the teachers suspect are threats to their health. The president of the Secondary Teachers Union, Mary Redmond, says no work had been done on the rooms, despite previous complaints, and advised the teachers to withdraw their services. She told Nation News they are waiting until September the 7th, when classrooms open, to see if their concerns have been addressed before making a decision on their next move. Cassava, that trusty Bajan staple of old, has apparently become one of the most popular crops for thieves. The use of cassava has become more widespread, according to agricultural spokesman James Paul, and he says thieves are making off with the root crop in the dead of the night. Mr. Paul suggested that markets be monitored more closely to see where vendors are getting their produce. Apparently people are making more cassava bread, pone as we used to call it, and bakes and flour, but the produce might have found its way to the public through larcenists. Community Services for the Disadvantaged Social Club, a Waterford community group, is holding a Silver Dollar Drive Fun Day and Fair at Jubilee Gardens on Saturday to raise funds to assist the disabled and disadvantaged. President of the club, Desmond White, says the target is $6,000. So if you are in Bridgetown on Saturday, do pop by Jubilee Gardens in front of St. Mary's Church. And finally, a Florida couple who have been married 60 years are still enjoying a tradition from their wedding day. Now, every anniversary they take a bite from the top layer of their wedding cake stored in a coffee can in their freezer. Anne and Ken Fredericks said they pour brandy over the dark fruit cake to moisten it and break off a piece. And Fredericks was quoted as saying that her children are appalled, but she says it's actually quite tasty with the brandy and has never made them sick. The couple were married in New York in 1955, and Anne's grandmother made the 3-layer cake. And that's Nation News for Wednesday. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Thursday or subscribe to our e-paper.